I want to start by thanking Brad Griffith and Bucky Dodd for inviting me to participate in the summit this year. Back when they contacted me in January, April seemed like forever in the future, and of course none of us imagined then what we would be facing now. So I've made some changes to this presentation, as you can see in the title, which is now Ungrading in the Pandemic, Ungrading in the Classroom. I've also made a change to the format, using a YouTube playlist instead of a live Zoom presentation. So we're actually in the introduction video here, and I'll take a few minutes to explain why I've chosen to use videos this way, and also how to access these resources if you, like me, are having bandwidth problems, and or if you are suffering from Zoom overload. I live in a very rural area, and my bandwidth is not great. And now that problem has gotten much worse. I teach fully online classes, and I don't have any trouble with my classes, but that's because I do all my teaching with asynchronous, low bandwidth tools. Some of you may have seen this great chart by Daniel Stanford about immediacy and bandwidth. All of my work as an online teacher is there in the green quadrant of low immediacy, low bandwidth. Like many people, my download speeds are good enough to stream video, but my upload speeds are not really good enough to do Zoom reliably. Hopefully we can manage the Q&A in Zoom after you watch the videos that I've prepared, but if my bandwidth breaks down during the Q&A, you can contact me anytime by email or at Twitter or other old-fashioned asynchronous ways to connect. As a result of preparing and pre-recording the presentation, that means I have a text transcript ready to go, which I can share along with the video and the slide deck. And I want to say something about that by way of advice to anyone in the audience who is relying on Zoom for remote teaching during the pandemic, because there are a lot of advantages to using text first and video second rather than the other way around. Instead of auto captions or waiting for real captions to the video conference recording, I've got a transcript ready to go. Even better, the result is a transcript with links, which you do not get in most video caption systems. You'll find lots of links here in this document, and there are also links you can use there in the slide deck. And in my opinion, links are the most important thing about online content. Everything is better with links. And now I want to quickly explain how this revised talk is organized. When I submitted the proposal originally, the title was Getting Rid of Grades, Making Room for Feedback. That talk was going to be all about rating in terms of classroom dynamics and what ungrading means for both teachers and students. Now, however, ungrading in the classroom is going to be the second half of the presentation. In the first half, I'm going to talk about ungrading in the pandemic. Hundreds of colleges and universities across the United States have already put in place alternate grading policies for the spring semester, and there will no doubt be hundreds more to come. I've been collecting those policies for the past 3 weeks, and I'm going to spend the first half of this presentation telling you what I've learned. So that's the next video in the playlist, Ungrading in the Pandemic.